Today we're taking a look at a beer that I know absolutely nothing about. Hello and welcome back to the channel, and yes, somehow, some way, I've never had one of these. I don't even really know how to pronounce it. I'm going to go with Efes. Efes is the pronunciation I'm going for. Obviously, there's a few giveaways on the can, but yeah, genuinely, I've never had one of these, and I don't really remember seeing it all that often either. On the front of it says the Mediterranean beer, so it's from that part of the world. Not a part of the world renowned for their beer quality, I might add. I'm going to assume it's a lager, but I don't actually know that for sure. And it says the word draft on it, Efes Draft. I mean, is it a nitro flush can? Maybe, don't know. Yeah, I don't know anything at all, to be honest, and I have just seen on the side of the can it says, expertly brewed for a light, hoppy aroma and refreshing, smooth, rich taste, just like beer fresh from the brew house tap. It's 5% on the nose and it's a 50cl can. I think, to be honest, I bought this from a discount shop in the UK. It was a couple of months ago now. I'm not even sure which one it was. I don't know if it was Home Bargains or do they sell booze? I can't even remember now. But one of those kind of shops. And I think the thing that stood out to me was, well, the can itself. It looks like a barrel and it's got like a nice foil top to it. If you look at there, we can get that, stop that. There we go. And, you know, it just, yeah, it looks decent. It's the same all the way around, pretty much. A few bits of info, which we'll take a look at later. But I just thought, you know what? It's clearly an import, something European I've not tried before. How bad can it possibly be? I guess we're about to find out. So, time to peel away this glorious silver cap thing. I mean, presentation, points for. The problem I have though is, generally speaking, beers that go a bit all out on presentation normally fall a bit flat, with the exception of Belgian beers, and that is important to remember. It's not Belgian, I don't think. That's right, last time I checked, Belgium had not relocated to the Mediterranean, but hey. So yeah, nice bit of foil cap, and underneath that just a boring old can lid. But anyway, let's get it poured, shall we? Going to use the Lord Sleeper lager glass for this one. And felt well pressurised, that can. It's quite a thick can as well. It feels substantial. We never did work out whether it's meant to be a lager or not, but I think we have the answer now. Looking at that, it looks very, very lagered. First impressions, can design, bit off the wall, but like it. Visual on the beer, solid. And I actually got some aroma from it whilst pouring, which is not something you often get with a sub-quality lager. So I'm kind of subtly hopeful. I'll try and top this up a bit. In fact, we'll do that later. We don't need all of it in there to get a good go at it. But yeah, there you go. Quick look at the beer. Huge amounts of carbonation in there. Nice big white frothy head, which you want from your summer lager. So far, zero complaints, if I'm totally honest. It looks the business. And it smells good as well. It smells crisp. It's got that kind of Pilsner-esque vibe, a little bit hoppier, even a little bit of malt profile kind of finding its way through to the top. Not something I expected for, well, it was a cheap can. It was a few months ago, don't ask me how much, but it wasn't a lot by any means. And, well, to be honest, I think I bought that thinking it was a nitro flush can and thought about putting it through the Guinness Nitro Surge, and then realised it probably wasn't a nitro can, or if it was a lager, that's probably not going to end up very... Anyway, I decided not to do it. Nearly didn't make a video at all, but today it's warm again. Summery shirt vibes, as you can tell. And if a Mediterranean lager is going to be good on any day at all, it's a hot one. So let's do it, shall we? So yeah, as I say, aromas are good. It's not distinct. There's nothing, you know, no particular notes other than a bit of bready malt, a bit of nice green citrusy hop, and it just smells like a complete package, really. Nothing over the top, just straight up goodness. So let's see how it tastes, shall we? Cheers. Right. That was a lot of build-up. Now, sometimes some beers can take a few sips to really understand and appreciate, but the initial reaction to this isn't one of particular brilliance, if I'm honest. It's metallic, really, is the takeaway. It was properly metallic-y. What's the best before on this? August. So, look, it's not a fresh can by any means, but it's not out of date either. It's got kind of 2 months left on it, and it's tinny, hops a bit synthetic, and the malt has done an absolute runner. So, look, we got to kind of review it within the context of what it is. I don't really know what it is or what it's meant to be. It looks like it's trying to be premium based on the can fanciness and whatever. But it was in a discount supermarket as an import in the UK at a low price. So there was always something in the back of the head going, not sure how good this is really going to be. If you haven't already put it in the comments, yes, I have a very red head. I spent the weekend outdoors and may have forgotten to cream the dome, so to speak. So yeah, I've got a slight hint of pink to the head. Thankfully, it's not peeling or particularly burnt, but it is La Rouge. I'm going to take a quick look at the can actually now to try and work out exactly what's going on. Where is it actually brewed? That's kind of the first thing I want to know. The ingredients are water, malted barley, hops and yeast, and CO2. Okay, I mean, that sounds good within reason. It's Turkish in origin. I told you I knew nothing about it. And it's canned. It's actually from Turkey. It is genuine Turkish beer, all the way from Turkey, and it's just a bit bang average, really. I mean, my palate's acclimatized a bit now to that overly metallic bit. Starting to get a few nicer flavors coming through. It's very soft. The carbonation kind of disappeared out the glass. It was so violent when it first went in that now it's just a bit soft and a bit not quite kind of carbonated enough. But again, got to consider this within the realms of where it sits, and it sits with the other cheap lagers. Is it better than Carling? Yes, absolutely. Carlsberg? Yeah, sure. Heineken, better than the UK brewed one. Probably not better than the real deal. You know, it's not the worst of bad lagers. It's just pretty bang average. But I'll tell you what though, if you're going out for some Turkish food and you're going to have an authentic drink to sit alongside it and you want a beer, could you do worse? Yeah, you really could. It's not the star of the show. It's just something to wet your whistle, really. It's warm, it's cold. I'm reasonably happy. It's not a terrible thing. It's just not very interesting either. Should you buy it? Well, these were being sold by the can, and as soon as something becomes by the can, then it's kind of not cheap anymore, really, even if the can price is, relatively speaking, low. It's not got the quality in my mind to be a per can purchase. You know, buy a slab of it for a barbecue, sure, but no, probably not in this kind of format. But I'm going to finish it. It's not disgusting, it's just a bit bland, which ultimately is what most people really, unfortunately, seem to enjoy when we're talking about non-beer snobs like ourselves. So it probably fits their purpose very, very well. But yeah, absolutely nothing to get excited about. So if you're off on holiday and that's the only option, it's not the worst news in the world, if I'm honest, and a fresher can or fresher draft pour is probably a bit better, but, well, it is what it is. I mean, I'll give you a top to bottom taste test, but really, honestly, there's a bit of hop, there's a bit of sweetness, there's a bit of bitterness, and there's a bit of metallic note. It really is that simple. There's nothing to delve down deeper into. It's about as straight up as it gets. And as I get towards the bottom, there is a little bit more malt breadiness coming through that is a redeeming feature in my mind. If you can get through the first half pint, then actually, if all you're interested in doing is sipping cold lager because it's hot outside, you're having a meal, whatever, yeah, it's probably going to do the job. It's a tentative thumbs up from me. It's okay. Not terrible. Don't run out to find it. And I think that's really all I've got to say about it. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you haven't already subscribed, if you'll be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.